Okay, let's work on some of these equations. Question number 3. Which formula is dimensionally consistent with an expression yielding a value for velocity? So we'll start with v over t squared. All right, so, well, we know that that can't be velocity. It's already got a velocity, it's got time in it, so that one won't work. How about vx squared? No, that certainly won't work. What about x over t? Well, let's see. X over t, that has dimensions length over time, which we know that's the same as velocity. So the answer to number 3 is x over t. All right, number 4. Which expression is dimensionally consistent with an expression that would yield a value for 1 over time? So we're looking for 1 over time, or t to the minus 1. All right, so let's see. V over x is one possible answer. So velocity we know is length over time, and 1 over x would be 1 over length. The lengths would cancel out, and we end up with 1 over time. So look at that. The very first one yields the correct answer. I mean, we could check some of the others. V squared over x is another one that's listed. So that's going to be length squared over time squared times 1 over length. And if we calculate that out, we're going to end up with length over time squared. Certainly not, but that's acceleration. X over time is the next one. Well, that's velocity. We already know that. And v squared times time, well, that's definitely not going to be it. So the correct answer was A, v over x. All right, let's look here. Question number 5. Which one of the choices below represents the preferred practice regarding significant figures when adding the following? We have 12.4 plus 11 plus 67.37 plus 4.201. Well, let's see. We can plug this into our calculator. Just add that up. Let's see. 12.4 plus 11 plus 67.37 plus 4.201, and we end up with 94.971. Okay. So, we take a look at our significant figures. The least significant figure is 11. It's got 2 significant figures. So we need to round our answer to just 2 significant figures. So that's going to be 95, which would be answer D. The last one we can work out, number 6. Which one of the choices represents the preferred practice regarding significant figures when multiplying? 10.5 times 8.8 times 3.14. Again, we can plug this into our calculator. Let's see. 10.5 times 8.8 times 3.14, and we end up with 290.136. 290.136. So again, we look at our answer, and 8.8 has only 2 significant figures. So we'll have to do the same thing. So we can only have 2 significant figures here. It's going to be 290. Now remember, that 0 is not a significant figure. It just is telling us a placeholder for where the decimal point is. So I could write this in significant, or in scientific notation to get rid of that ambiguity, right? That's 2.9 times 10 squared. And now you can easily see that's got the two significant figures that were required.